You know, TV enthusiasts, we usually like to complain about lots of things, especially flagship TVs that are released with full-on Dolby Atmos sound systems, because we've got our own external high-end audio solutions and we don't really want to pay for a TV sound system that we're never going to use. We just want the best possible panel with the best possible picture quality. And Philips have listened to that request. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Phil Hinton, editor of AVForums, and today we're diving into a TV that should generate a lot of interest with enthusiasts. We're looking at a high-end quality panel, the brand new 65-inch Philips OLED+950. And this is Philips' flagship OLED TV, and it's a flagship with a big difference because it drops the usual built-in Bowers & Wilkins sound system to focus purely on picture performance. This is a TV that's all about the panel. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, thanks to everybody who's subscribed to the channel, old and new. And if you haven't quite hit that subscribe button just yet, then please do so, as it really helps the channel and you really don't want to miss our in-depth reviews that are coming up very soon. You can also read the full in-depth review of the OLED+950 on AVForums, where I go into a lot more detail than we can in this video, and we also publish our reviews first on the website, with our videos appearing a little bit later on YouTube. Also remember that our reviews are never sponsored. We bring you honest and unbiased reviews to help you make the right buying decision. AVForums is one of the largest AV and hi-fi communities on the web, so why not head over there and check out what like-minded tech enthusiasts are saying about this TV and others at avforums.com. The OLED+950 is built on very strong foundations. It uses the latest primary RGB tandem 4 stack OLED panel. Yes, that's LG Display's top tier tech from 2025, and it pairs that with a 9th generation P5 AI dual processor. The other big and unique selling point is the superb 4-sided Ambilight. It's not just a cool light show, this functions as an essential bias light to help reduce eye strain during long viewing sessions in dim rooms. It's what the professionals use when they're grading their TV shows and movies. But the big plus point with the OLED 950 is the design choice. This TV is designed for enthusiasts. It doesn't have an integrated soundbar, as Philips assumes that you've already got a high-end external sound system, which means that you're just paying for the best panel, picture and processing. Connections wise, it is very good, but there is a slight limitation. While you get 4 HDMI ports in total, only 2 of those are full bandwidth HDMI 2.1 48 gigabits per second. The subwoofer output from last year's model is also gone, and that just reaffirms its purpose as a picture-first display. The remote control is fantastic. It's premium, black metal, it's backlit, and it charges via USB-C. It's a very nice touch that other manufacturers could learn from. I'm looking at you, LG. While it does emit the Bowers & Wilkins sound system, it does include a respectable 2.1 70-watt internal speaker system, and it provides clear dialogue and an adequate stereo image for everyday viewing, which is perfect for news and chat shows and that kind of thing when you don't really want to fire up your full AV system. One huge plus point for Philips, it is completely HDR format agnostic. It supports HDR10, HDR10+, HLG and Dolby Vision. You're getting the best of all worlds here, and again, other manufacturers really could learn a lesson or two from this approach by Philips, giving consumers that choice. I've been measuring, calibrating and reviewing TVs for the last 2 decades, and I'm trained and certified by the ISF, THX and PVA industry calibration bodies. Plus, if you want to deep dive, you can go and read the full in-depth review on AVForums. Our testing rig consists of a Meridio 7 generator, Calman Ultimate software, a Klein K10A meter, which is then profiled to a Jetty 1511 high-res spectral. And these are really high-quality measuring and calibration devices that cost many thousands and are very accurate, so you really can trust these numbers. For standard dynamic range SDR content, the best out-of-the-box setting is Filmmaker mode. While it wasn't quite as accurate as its little brother, the OLED+910, the errors for colour and grayscale are negligible, well under the visible threshold of 3, and it still gives you that wonderful cinematic SDR image quality with natural skin tones and deep blacks. And for those that are serious about accuracy, this TV is excellent. We used Calman AutoCal for the calibration and the results were reference level. Grayscale tracked perfectly and our delta E errors averaged just 0.5, so there are no visible errors whatsoever. It's simple to get really perfect picture from this TV once calibrated. Using the HDR filmmaker mode, the peak brightness is also very good. On the industry standard 10% window, we measured 1989 nits. That's very bright and it lets the specular highlights really pop. The tone mapping is genuinely useful and there are a few menu options that can be set depending on how you want the TV to tone map your content, and I go into that in a lot more detail within the written review on AVForums, so if that's of interest to you, head over there and read that. Colour performance is also stellar. Wide colour gamut tracks to DCI-P3 saturation at an excellent 99%. You get bright, punchy and accurate colours in both HDR10 and Dolby Vision content. If you appreciate the in-depth calibration data and the honest talk about TV tech, then do me a huge favour and hit that like button, and why not subscribe to the channel? It helps us continue to bring you these flagship TV reviews. Now let's talk about those minor flaws. We did see some posterization and slight overshoot in incredibly challenging shadow detail heavy scenes, like the opening fade from black in A Quiet Place Day 1, and it's present in both HDR10 and Dolby Vision clips. To be fair, most top-end OLEDs in 2025 did struggle with similar issues, but it is something to be aware of as there's no such thing as the perfect TV, and each of the flagships in 2025 have their own pros and cons. You need to pick the best one that suits you and your use case. We were able to get the Philips side by side with its direct competitors thanks to the help of Peter Tyson. Peter Tyson have been helping AVForums for a number of years now by loaning us TVs so we can do side by side comparisons. So if you are thinking about buying a TV and you want to help support the channel, then please do consider buying your next TV from Peter Tyson. The details are on screen now or in the description below. So let's look at the LG M5 first, and this is identical to the G5. In testing, the LG M5 was marginally brighter in high average picture level scenes like the loading program from The Matrix. And critically, the LG M5 showed a slightly cleaner image with less of that posterization and gradation that we saw on the Philips in challenging scenes. The LG also has 3 HDMI 2.1 ports and better UK TV Smart App support. The Philips, however, brings that unique Ambilight and the advantage of being HDR10 Plus compatible, which the M5 isn't. It's a very close race, but the M5 for me just edges it in image cleanness and gaming inputs. Next, the Samsung S95F, their 2025 flagship QD OLED. This is a battle of the panel technologies. You have primary RGB tandem on the Philips versus QD OLED on the Samsung. The Samsung offered superb peak brightness and colour, especially in bright APL scenes with the slight edge in colour purity on things like the fire guitars in Mad Max. However, the Samsung does lack Dolby Vision support, and the Philips supports both Dolby Vision and HDR10+, which is a massive plus for flexibility and choice for the consumer. Samsung also doesn't have Ambilight, and because it's a QD OLED, it can also suffer from elevated black levels in rooms that use ambient light due to different screen finishes. Ultimately, it's going to come down to you and your use case which TV that you finally pick. Is that going to be a 2026 model or a model like the 2025 Samsung, LG or this Philips? At the end of the day, you're going to get a much better deal on the 2025 screens that are still in stock, and retailers need to move those on quickly before 2026 models come in. So it might be worth it if you're not afraid of FOMO. So ultimately, should you buy the Philips OLED+950? It delivers a cinematic performance for SDR movies with superb colour and grayscale accuracy, and for HDR, its impressive peak brightness and actual accurate tone mapping put it among the elite screens out there. It's a fantastic all-rounder, and for a lot of people the ambient light system is a defining reason for choosing. It's a genuinely practical and distinct feature. But the strongest argument for the AV Enthusiast is Philips have delivered a true flagship TV with the absolute best picture quality that they are capable of, but without forcing you to pay for an expensive integrated sound system that you really don't want or need. It's an Enthusiast level set, and that's why it's going to stand out. The OLED+950 is a powerhouse and presents a very strong case for itself in a fiercely competitive market where there are several equally impressive TVs out there, and finding the right one for you will depend on your use case and your desired features. If you own this TV or you're thinking about buying one, then you need to be part of the discussion. Head over to AVForums and join the owners thread over there where you can share your thoughts, your tips, or ask questions of the community about this TV and what people think about using it in their own homes. I'm Phil Hinton, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.